think I should wear tomorrow night on my bowling date with John Dinwiddie?
I don't know, honey. How about those pretty new brown slacks?
Yeah, that would go real nice with a plain brown bag over your face.
Yeah, you real cool sitting in Dad's chair when Dad's not here, huh?
Hey, I sit in this chair whenever I want. And I get up when I'm good and ready. Ready!
Hello, everybody. I'm home.
Hey, good to see you.
I must be in the wrong house.
James, you're home 2 days early.
I thought if I stayed in Trinidad any longer, I'd lose my American accent.
Well, Daddy, I'm really happy to see you, Daddy.
Yes, Sharon, I brought you something.
A necklace.
Mm-hmm. When I was a boy, my mother had a necklace just like that. It was her most prized possession. I think it was her only possession. And she used to wear it on special occasions.
Thanks, Daddy.
Daddy? Is that how you get a gift around here, Daddy?
When I was a boy, my rich Aunt Shari wore beautiful arm bracelets up to here. And I said to myself, whenever I had the money, I would buy the special woman in my life a silver bracelet.
I'll never take them off.
Daddy.
Oh, Douglas, my son.
Oh, there, he admitted it.
For you, I have a most special gift.
Well, of course you do, because I am your most special, number one son. Continuation of you in this world. Ooh. Wow. Man. Hey. A stick.
Douglas, this is not just a stick.
Oh, I must have had it upside down. Oh, now I see it's a sculpture of Sharon. Hey, Dad, what's the story behind this one? Somebody in your family trip over it?
Douglas, that wonderful piece of folklore that you hold in your hands is called a calendar stick. Now, during slavery, the custom of calendar fighting was brought from Africa to the islands. And on my island, some of the ancient stick fighters are legends.
Oh, you mean like in that movie when Robin Hood knocks the guy off the log?
No, I do not mean like in any Hollywood movie. I'm teaching you a spiritual tradition. This is not a stick. This is your heritage.
Sorry, Dad.
James?
In olden times, now when the calendar was used for fighting, the object was to knock senseless one's opponent.
Oh. Hello, opponent.
What if your opponent's already senseless?
Douglas, today, the calendar isn't used for fighting anymore. It is used in glorious ceremonial dances. But you wouldn't know anything about that, would you?
Well, stick dancing isn't exactly a required course at school in America.
James, he just didn't know about these things.
He has no appreciation of his culture.
Well, Dad, I appreciate my culture. Look, dreadlocks.
And do you understand the significance of those dreadlocks?
Sure I do. The significance is that they make me look significantly better.
Doug, this is no time to fool around with your father.
Well, every time he goes to Trinidad, he comes back on one of these cultural Kunta Kinte trips. Look, I was born in New York City. That's my culture. That's what I know. How come you couldn't bring me back one of those funny coconut heads?
Because those are for tourists to buy at the airport, for people they don't really care about. I'm not here 10 minutes, and the boy have me exasperated already.
Something tells me you were exasperated when you walked in the door.
Who tell you that?
James, you're home 2 days early. What went on between you and your father?
Nothing happened. We didn't even talk to each other.
It's gotten that bad?
Marie, I don't think it could get any worse.
Hey, Mr. St. Martin. Hey, Mr. St. Martin, you're back. Did you have a nice time? Good. What'd you bring?
Well, actually, I did think of you boys. And I brought you something that befits my warm feelings towards you.
Oh, man, coconut heads. A stick?
A stick that really isn't a stick, and a quiz on my heritage.
I know with parents, everything has to mean something.
My father kept asking me, what does this mean? What does that mean? He pointed to my head and said, what's all that hair mean? I said, it means I'm younger than you, Dad. That seemed to make him angry.
Yo, my brothers. You're looking at a troubled man.
I only see half a troubled man. I see a truck.
Look, I have horrible news. Sharon and John Dinwiddie are going out on a date.
Kwanzaa, they've been out on dates before.
I know, but this isn't just a movie date in the dark when no one's gonna see them. They're going bowling. They're taking their relationship public. Hey, you guys got coconut heads. I got the coconut patties.
Kwanzaa, you got it backwards. It's the dates in the dark that you should worry about. Trust me.
Man, you don't understand. They're proclaiming their relationship to the world. People are gonna know that my woman is two-timing me.
Kwanzaa, people will think you two just have an open relationship. I mean, she can date other guys and you can go play with a truck.
I thought you losers understood rejection.
What does my hair mean? What kind of question is that? Reggie, why do you wear your hair like that?
Women, why do we do anything?
I mean, we weren't born like this. I mean, we cultivated this look. I mean, why did we do this? Why didn't you do this?
Well, I thought about doing it, but I wanted to be different.
Well, you certainly accomplished that. I mean, hardly anybody goes around with the size of their head shape.
I wear my hair like this because it's fashionable and I think it looks good.
Well, if it was fashionable to jump off a cliff, would you do that too?
Not till someone cooler did it first.
Sharon,
I'm not here.
I know you're not here. You're down there. Could you come up here, please?
Oh, hi, Mom.
Hi.
I just got back from my bowling date with John Dinwiddie. I know it's a little early, but that's because we bowled in the express lane. We had a great time. But I'm tired now, and I'd love to chat, but I could barely keep my eyes open. I'll see you later.
Sharon,
Yes?
why are you home from bowling so early? Where's John? Did he just drop you off at the subway and leave?
No, he wouldn't do that. I left on my own.
Why?
Well, when we got to the bowling alley and we were renting out our equipment. Mom, do you know that they plaster your shoe size all over the back of your bowling shoes?
Oh, honey.
All the other girls asked the man behind the desk for a size 5, a size 5, a size 5.5. And then when he got to me, he asked me, what is your shoe size, sweetheart? Right in front of John. It was like all the other girls was Cinderella. I was Bozorella.
Oh, Sharon, honey, nobody's paying attention to the backs of your shoes.
I know that, because I'm never going bowling again.
Sharon.
I mean it. John Dinwiddie can go bowling every week if he wants to. But these boats have floated into their last bowling alley.
Children are so unappreciative.
Thanks Thanks for the feet.
What's the matter with her?
She thinks her feet's too big.
Back on the island, women used to pray their children had big feet so they wouldn't blow over in the hurricane.
Thank you, Mr. Sensitive.
Marie, look at this. Douglas just abandoned it by the sofa. He just left it lying there.
James, these things are not part of his life. He doesn't understand what they mean.
He should understand that I gave it to him, and that makes it part of his life. And he should respect his father more.
James, it's your father.
I don't want to talk to him.
James?
No.
He wants you to call him back.
Mm-hmm.
Now, let's see. Where were we? Oh, yes. We were talking about sons not respecting their fathers.
I wasn't talking about my father. How can you respect a stubborn man who wouldn't listen to you?
Gosh, I bet that's tough.
What are you saying?
James, every time you go home, the two of you have the same argument. It's got a longer history than that calendar.
Look, I live here for 20 years, and he has never reconciled that I live here at all. He still wants to know when I'm coming back home. You better get back here, boy. Them island ways erode like rock to sand.
James, this is nothing new. From the first day you left, he was afraid you'd lose your culture. He was afraid you would assimilate, and that his grandchildren would assimilate even further. You know what? He's right.
Remember this? I brought it with me when I first moved here.
I remember.
And remember how I used to dress like a man who came from the islands? And we used to eat pilau and kalaloo. And I used to sing the children asleep to old folk songs and calypsos.
Yes, James. I remember.
Now we keep this in a box. What place is there for a seashell on Amsterdam Avenue?
Honey, you are not losing your island culture. You have just gained some Harlem culture, too.
You should tell that to my father.
No. You should tell that to your father.
Back on the island, we have a saying. No. Son, I've been wrong.
About everything, or we're going to get specific?
I've been trying to force feed you your cultural heritage. And this is something that doesn't work with a son. Because whether or not you know what you are what you are. And I can only reinforce it in you. So I explained to you about the calendar. And tonight, I'm going to cook an authentic Caribbean meal.
Ick, goat!
Just because it's from the island doesn't mean it has to be goat.
Okay, so what's the meat in it?
Well, it tastes like chicken.
And it eats cans.
I grew up on goat.
Hey, well, you are what you eat.
You make fun of me. You make fun of our culture. You have no respect for what you don't understand. You look at this and you see a stick because you don't understand what's inside it.
It opens?
You wear those dreadlocks and make people think there is something inside of you, but there isn't. You are just a stick.
I wear dreadlocks because I like them and I'm starting my own culture.
Cut them off.
What? I'm 17 years old. You can't make me cut my hair.
Fine. I'll do it.
Ma! Ma!
Come back here, let me cut them off.
He's crazy. He's lost his mind. This is what happens when you eat goat.
James, put down that scissors.
He doesn't deserve to wear dreadlocks. This is my house, and this is my word, and my word is my law in my house.
Give me those scissors.
I don't want to.
two are an embarrassment to any culture.
Gee, is that the phone? Why don't I get it? Hello? Hey, Grandpa, what's up? That's Harlem for how you keepin', man. Yeah. You want me to tell Dad that you're willing to work what out? Oh, really?
Your dad came at you with a machete.
This long. Glinting in the light as he slashed it through the air. I think he was trying to take my head off. Oh, his eyes were bugging out. He was a madman.
How did you stop him?
Well, as he backed me up against the fridge and came at me like a crazed extra from Shaka Zulu, my last thoughts were of you guys and how much we hung out all the time. And that made me realize that I pretty much wasted my life up till now. And I didn't want it to end yet.
So what'd you do?
Hey, I'm from the streets. All right, I know how to handle myself. I closed my eyes and listened for the whistling of the blade. I caught it. Right between my hands. So of course, that shook him up. Then I took the machete, threw it down on the ground, looked at him in the eyes, and said, "Enough!"
All right, so your father came at you with a little pair of cuticle scissors.
And you ran to your mother and she took him away.
Hey, she saved my life. Just because I haven't memorized the dreadlock handbook, my father thinks I'm a crummy son. Well, guess what? I found out he's no bargain as a son himself.
Well, why is that?
Because I talked to his father. Went straight to the man, or in this case, the man. Seems as if he's upset with my father because he thinks he's lost respect for his heritage.
Isn't that why your dad's upset with you?
But Doug, I don't get it. I mean, your father's always talking about the islands, and he's always telling us stories, and he brought us back to those great coconut heads.
Yeah, he knows all about his heritage. The only one that doesn't know anything about the islands is you.
Well, my grandfather's never upset with me. He's only upset with my father for losing his heritage.
But Doug, in your grandfather's eyes, your father's heritage is you.
Hi, Sharon.
Hi, Mom.
Ooh, wait till you see what I bought myself on the way home.
Shoes? Great, just what I wanted to see. Can you pass some whipped cream, please?
Here you go, darling. Ooh, I saw these, and I just had to have them.
Mom, they're bowling shoes.
They are? I just thought they were a pretty color. Ooh, but now that I look at them in the light, I don't think I have anything to go with these.
They're my size.
They are? How can you tell? There's no number on the back.
Thanks, Mom. Maybe if I change real fast, I can get to the bowling alley before that shrimp-footed Tracy Clayton steals my boyfriend.
Mm-hmm.
All right, sweetheart. Has Douglas come back yet?
No, why? Do you want to go after him with an axe this time?
No, Marie, it's too late. I can't teach that boy anything.
James, sit down. I want to tell you the story of an island girl.
What do you know about the islands?
This girl's from Manhattan Island. And in her life, she has a father-in-law, a husband, and a son. Now, they all have one thing in common.
Good looking.
Stubborn.
Even the husband?
Especially the husband.
So far, I hate this story.
I thought you might. Now, when you told your father you were going to move to New York, how did he react?
Not good.
And when you told him you were going to marry a New York girl?
Also not good.
Why?
Because he knew I wasn't coming back.
And he was right.
And he knew I would begin to lose my culture. And I wouldn't pass it on to our children.
And he was wrong.
How was he wrong? Douglas don't know nothing about what he is. And it's my fault. I tell him cute little stories. But it's not enough. I only bring him to the water up to his toes. But I never held his hand and showed him how good it was in the deep water. Where the shells are.
James, your father kept his beliefs strong by passing them on to you. Now, just because your family is here does not mean that your culture is gone. It lives every time you tell Doug a story.
But Douglas isn't interested.
Were you always interested in your father's stories?
No. I used to run away from him.
And didn't he always find you and keep telling you these stories?
Yes, he found me. But it was a small island.
This is a small apartment. Stand by the refrigerator. I am sure Doug will show up.
Making a sandwich?
Yes, you want some?
What kind you having?
It's a GLT. Goat, lettuce, and tomatoes. Douglas, you silly boy, it's turkey.
Oh, in that case, you can make me one, but don't cut mine. 'Cause I don't want to be in a room while you're swinging that big knife around.
Douglas, I would never have cut any of your hair off.
You wouldn't?
No, I wouldn't do that to you.
Well, how am I supposed to know that?
If you knew the history of our people, you would know that I'm not allowed to cut your dreadlocks.
You're not?
You know the story of Samson in the Bible?
Yeah, a powerful guy, had a bad haircut, ruined his day.
Because his strength was in his hair, right?
Right, that's the whole point of the story, right?
No, it isn't. Although most people think it is.
Well, that's how I read the story. And what do you know that I don't know?
I know that Samson was a Nazarene man. And the Nazarene man and the Rastafarian man believe that it is a sin to bring a razor to your head. So when Samson found his hair was cut, he believed he had sinned against God. So his strength was gone because his strength was in his belief. And Douglas, if you have no beliefs, because you have no understanding of your culture, you can never truly be strong.
I never knew that.
It's not your fault. I never told you.
Hello? Grandpa! How you keeping, man? Yeah. You ever hear the story about Samson and why we wear dreadlocks? Yeah, Dad told me. He did. Yeah. You know, the next time that Dad comes down to the island, maybe I could come with him. Yeah. I'm looking forward to that, too. He wants to talk to you.
Hi, Papa. How you keeping, man?